Ball State's 19-point lead has been cut down to 13. James Whitford calling the timeout to try to squash the North Florida rebellion. But David, let's talk about how Ball State got up by 19.
Well, Trey Moses, 9 points and 11 rebounds. But look at this execution, Joel. Throws out, reposts, the great recognition by Walker. And when you give the ball to Trey Moses that close to the rim, you can put it in the books. And Trey today, as he takes a rest, a stat sheet stuffer, Joel. 9 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists on the evening for Trey Moses.
Gets it done in every area. A legitimate all-conference nominee kind of guy as a junior, no doubt as a senior.
And Joel, hold the phones. North Florida comes out. I've seen them on film twice. I don't recall them playing man-to-man, but they start this coming out of the timeout in man defense.
And it works out. Kiapwe missing the three, leads to a quick triple that goes down. JT Escobar maybe starting to feel it. Back-to-back makes for the Ole Miss transfer.
You've got to find the shooters in transition. You got to forget the stats and what they did in the first half. As we said, certainly capable. Once he saw one go through the net, now starting to feel it.
43 of his 54 makes this year are from three. That is all he wants to do. And a reach in by Osborne Blunt. Second foul on the senior.
How about Blunt? There you see Gandhi Arosa, the great look ahead. Tyler just slow to close out on Escobar.
Birds of Trey have now hit 3 in a row from deep after 0 for 11 in one spell.
Good job by Day walling up, not fouling Mallers, but contesting.
Gandhi Arosa off the pick and roll. Look at Aminu just fighting for position against Tajay T. On the block with the kiss, he scores over the Cardinals center. That's the first bucket for Wajid Aminu now.
Yeah, Joel, the three guys we talked about having to get on track, they're doing exactly that, and all of a sudden the lead down to 8, and they stay in the man-to-man defense.
An 11-0 run. Kiapwe. Now Tyler baseline. Got his own board. The rim did not want that.
And again, it was Trip Day meeting Tyler at the rim.
And Gandhi Arosa, an air ball. That's one of those momentum swing moments. Gandhi Arosa is saying, boy, if this goes in, the home crowd would go nuts. Now, he's in the wrong building for that to happen, but that's the juices that are feeling or flowing in your body in that moment.
Yeah, and that's the way they play, right? It's a little bit different. Coach Driscoll, he's not telling him that's a bad shot, but Gandhi Arosa plays a lot of minutes, so you can tell his legs may be a little tired. That one was way short, but I guarantee you he won't be out of this game long.
7 minutes gone by here in the second. Ball State has been up 19 and now up by just 8. Ball's poked free and out of bounds. Osborne Blunt getting in there.
That's what he does, Joel. His on-ball defense is really, really good. He's got 22 steals on the season. Trey Moses back in this game. Look for him to get some touches on the offensive end against this man-to-man.
Ball State plays Moses and Teague together here as well. Both big men on the court at the same time. Aminu has the ability to drive. 7 to shoot. Blunt is blocked. That's foul number 3 on Taylor Persons. And it'll put Osborne Blunt at the free throw line, the only scholarship senior on the North Florida roster. And he's a graduate, too.
You're not calling the same at both ends, ref. Call the fouls at both ends.
Blunt, a perfect 15 of 15 at the charity stripe on the season.
And just the second free throw attempt of the day, the first make for the Ospreys.
Joe, we mentioned it earlier, Blunt is one of those glue guys, all hustle team, really does the little things to help your squad, and with Sam's out, relying on him big time.
And that's the other thing that we talked a lot about off the top, haven't really mentioned here in the second half. No Garrett Sams today for North Florida. Second straight miss for Sams after he rolled his ankle against Florida International. He averages 13 points a game. And there's a steal. Here comes Escobar. Blunt, the glue guy, dump off. Trip Day the finish. Hold the phone. It's a 5-point game.
And Joel, they've done it all when they switch to the man-to-man defense.
Tyler off the screen. Down to Moses. Blunt mixing it up. And it's a North Florida basketball again. Boy, is Blunt fired up or what? Well, last year was 23 points at the half. North Florida fought all the way back. New year, same fight. Ball State's 19-point lead has been cut to 5. David, North Florida found some gas here in the second half.
Well, they did, Joe. And I mean, they're on a 14-0 run. 13 of those 16 points have been by the three guys we talked about at the break: Escobar, Gandia-Rosa, and Aminu. So those guys giving Horkler some help in the second half. But Joel, it was the switch to man defense that has really paid dividends for them. The Cardinals have had 3 turnovers in their last 4 possessions against the man. So credit Coach Matthew Driscoll for mixing it up. Like I said, I've watched 2 game films, can't recall them playing man in either of those games. So for him to make that big of a change on the fly and the guys to execute, give him credit.
14-0 run, 16-2 run if you want to grow it even further. And Ball State up to the task coming out of the timeout. And Tajay Teague is out running to the bucket. And another one-hand jam. Tyler in the first half, Teague in the second. Well, maybe that'll turn the tide.
Well, Joel, back to that who's the best dunker on the team. Tyler's got some competition.
Well, Teague was the one that said it wasn't him. Tajay Teague's got the rebound. And again, Ball State can run. Walker, little 12-footer. Well, I don't know what got said in James Whitford's huddle, but it must have been motivational.
Well, I tell you, one of the things the Cardinals are getting out and running and some easy offense early in the possession. So look for more Ball State breaks.
Horkler, his three's long.
Here they go again with numbers.
Tyler, great extra pass to Kiapwe, and another. 7-0 run out of the timeout. Matthew Driscoll will pause play now.
And Joel, it's been about the transition game. First it was Teague on the run out, the major flush, and then Tyler, the nice kick out, and Francis Kiapwe making the Osprey pay.
North Florida had fought all the way back to make it a 5-point game after being down 19. And just like that, you know, Ball State is a team that plays with pace ordinarily. I mean, this team is the fastest team statistically in terms of pace of play since Ken Pomeroy, the noted statistician, has tracked the thing. It goes all the way back to 2002. But in the last couple of possessions, there's just been a different tempo to the way they've gotten up and down the floor.
Yeah, no question, Joel. And the sharing of the basketball is what's been impressive for Ball State tonight. 19 assists on their 25 field goals, so very unselfish. And that's what this team has been doing so well in their 5-game win streak. Now, can Matthew Driscoll's team answer coming out of their timeout?
Well, they go to their go-to, and Gandia-Rosa can't finish. And a foul underneath on Horkler. He undercut Tajay Teague. And it's been a quiet second half for the sophomore.
Well, Moses, you can see the push in the back by Horkler. His 3rd foul. Just 3 team fouls on the Ospreys, 2 on Ball State. And North Florida, looks like they stick in the man-to-man.
Taylor Person's not on the floor, so Francis Kiapwe, the point guard right now. He feeds Moses, and another jam.
Conscientious effort to get the ball inside to Moses, now with a double-double, 11 points, 11 rebounds.
Gandia-Rosa in too deep.
I'll tell you, good on-ball defense by Kiapwe. You know, he's been struggling with a knee injury, but looks as good as we've seen on the defensive end in some time.
And that week-and-a-half layoff certainly helped him more than anybody else, just from a getting healthy standpoint. Here he is running the point again. One pass to Tyler. Boy, it was a pretty one. Ball State just can't finish. Early shot, but that's a fine look from 3. Escobar. That's off the front of the rim. And back and forth we go, one and done.
And the Cardinals with 2 bigs in there, and Moses and Teague really doing a good job clearing the defensive glass.
What do you like about the lineup with both guys out there?
Well, I tell you, there's a great example. Tajay Teague pulls the other 4-man out on the perimeter and has the ability to put it on the deck. But I love the fact that Trey Moses, if you're going to double with another big, he's got Tajay Teague running to the rim. So those two in combination with the passing of Moses really can be dynamic.
Yeah, if you're going to double and leave Teague open to rim run, do it at your own peril. You might end up on a poster at Kinko's.
Yeah, no question. And the only downside is you see Mallers typically will not be out there with those 2 on the floor at the same time. So you do lose a little bit of 3-point shooting.
Kinko's still a thing. Corner 3, and finally Gandia Rosa can throw some water on Ball State's run.
Look, they have quick strike capability. You cannot rest if you're Ball State. These guys can hit them and hit them in a flurry.
Again, even without a point guard on the floor, no Taylor Persons, the Ball State offense just seamless. And Moses, I think, thought he was closer to the rim than he was. Run the floor, though, and put the thing in. Trip Day. Freshman cherry picks.
I'll tell you, that's a terrific move by Day, Joel. He was the guy that contested Moses and then simply sprinted down to the other end. Big time minutes for the freshman for the Osprey.
He's 6'7". He played high school soccer. How'd you like that matchup? Here's Moses driving the lane, and he will shoot free throws when we come back. 9 points is the Ball State lead. North Florida's made it fun, but the Cardinals giving them the Heisman for now.